we're just touring Scotland, taking out the trailer, which is great because we get to represent opera as a genre, but also bring a wee bit of classical with us because the trailer represents the Theatre Royal in Glasgow.
I think it's a really good introduction for people who've maybe never been to the opera before.
I'd have never got round to taking this one to opera, and yet she's absolutely loved it to the extent that she's wanted to come back.
The audience get to be up close to the performers, to the singers, to the storyteller and to the orchestra.
The quality of the singing and performances were amazing, and it's amazing to pack so much into such a tiny truck and a short show. Fantastic.
This isn't you being
Big long stories are taken down into chunks, bite-sized chunks for them to enjoy, so they can try something new. It's very accessible and dead easy.
And you get so close to the singers, and I think people are quite amazed, just by the sheer sound that comes out of their mouths.
Very good, very intimate atmosphere. Very well done indeed.
Brought back a lot of happy memories, it really did.
It's been an absolutely fantastic time because we do not only 2 operas condensed, but a children's show as well. So we play from the littlest nursery school kids to little old ladies.
We get all walks of life coming through the trailer, so some who've seen opera before, they're here distinctly because they want to see it, but what's really special about it is there's some people who've never experienced opera in their life before.
This is a story of friendship. It's a story of love and loss, but mostly a story of friendship. The friendship between a musician, an artist, a poet, a philosopher, a singer, and a girl who sows flowers for rich ladies. Welcome to Paris. Welcome to La Vie Bohème. And here are our friends, the Bohemians. The artist, Marcello, fiery, passionate. The poet, Rodolfo, sensitive and romantic. The philosopher, Colina, a clever man, a philosophical man. The friends are at home, a tiny attic flat overlooking the streets of Paris. It is winter and they are hungry and cold. Marcello's hands are so cold he can scarcely hold his paintbrush. Rodolfo has been writing a play, but he thinks it is rubbish. And what better to do with rubbish than burn it? So, they burn Rodolfo's manuscript, warm their hands, the flames. But where is the musician, Schaunard? Here he is, and he's looking very pleased with himself.
La Banca di Francia per voi si sbilancia.
He's got himself a new job, playing tunes for a parrot for a rich Englishman. He comes festooned with gifts, bread, wine, cigars. Friends, he says, no point shilly-shallying, it's nearly Christmas. Get your coat and hats. The food and the drink are on me.
Pranzare in casa il dì della vigilia, mentre quotidiano il latino le sue vie, addoba di salse celle cornie. Quando un lezzo di frittelle in Passano le vecchie strade, le ragazze cantano contente. Un po' di regnenzione, o miei signore. Si beva in casa, ma si pranzi fuori.
The friends leap to their feet. Fine food and wine at last. This is a good day. But Rodolfo tells the others to go on without him. He has to finish writing an article for the local paper. He'll catch them up later. And so the artist, the musician, and the philosopher all head off to celebrate, leaving the poet alone with his thoughts. But he is not alone for long. A timid knock at the door brings an unexpected visitor, a neighbour, a girl looking for a light for her candle, which is blown out in the winter drafts. A girl as beautiful and fragile as a butterfly. It is Mimi. Love can happen in the winking of an eye or the flicker of a candle flame. And the moment the pair set eyes on one another, they knew they were in love.
Si sente meglio? Qui c'è tanto freddo, seca vicino a fuoco. Aspetti un po' di vino. Grazie. A lei. Poco poco. Così. Grazie. Che bella bambina. Ora permetta che accenda il lume tutto passato. Tanta fretta. Sì. Grazie. Buonasera. Buonasera. Ah, sventata la chiave della stanza dove l'ho lasciata, importuna e la vicina. Cosa dice male pare?
As her hands touch, he is astonished to find hers is as cold as ice. Your tiny hand is frozen, he whispers.
Che gelida mammina, se la lasci riscalda, cerca che giova al buio non si trova.
As another draft of wind blows, Mimi's candle flame is blown out, leaving the pair alone in the moonlight. She begins to tell him of herself. They talk about each other. He tells her how he hopes one day to be a famous poet. And she tells of her life, sewing flowers for rich ladies' dresses, alone in her room. But they are no longer alone. They have found each other and they are happy. It is Christmas Eve, and the friends are celebrating at their favorite cafe, the Cafe Mamousse.
Viva Parpignol, 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 Parpignol.
Mimi and Rodolfo are inseparable, and she proudly wears a new red bonnet that Rodolfo has bought for her.
Signorina Mimi, che dono raro che fatto è so Rodolfo.
Una cuffietta pizzicato raso ricamatta, coi miei capelli bruni ben si fonde.
But Marcello is not so happy. He's had a blazing row with his girlfriend, Musetta. Musetta is famed throughout Paris for her beauty. Marcello is constantly jealous at all the men who flock to hear her singing. Suddenly, Mimi is gripped by a violent fit of coughing. Please, friends, don't worry. It's nothing, she says. Let us toast our friendship. Let us toast the year ahead and the joys it is sure to bring. But the year ahead is not a happy one. In February, Mimi and Rodolfo have a terrible fight. Mimi is very ill, and Rodolfo cannot bear to see her suffer, blaming himself for her illness. It is because he is poor and cannot afford to look after her properly. But Mimi is broken-hearted, and she seeks out Marcello to ask for his advice.
se come vuoi, non si vive in compagnia.
Dite mare, lasciaci conviene, aiutateci voi, o si provò.
Solleve la musetta, quella lieve a me, perché ci
Marcello tries to comfort Mimi, but without Rodolfo, Mimi feels she will never be happy again. Rodolfo has told her he does not love her, but Marcello knows that he is lying. A few months pass. Mimi has moved away, but Rodolfo still thinks of her every day. Musetta and Marcello have had yet another row. The men try to cheer themselves up and raise their spirits with some jokes, dancing, even a bit of singing. The laughter is interrupted by the sudden arrival of Musetta. She has brought Mimi with her. Mimi is very, very ill and has collapsed outside the door. The friends rush to help her, carry her onto the couch. They look on in dismay, wishing desperately there was something they could do to help, but they have nothing to give her. No medicine, no wine, not even coffee, nothing. Colina gives her his warm coat, and Musetta wraps her tiny frozen hands in a fur muffler. Friends decide that all they can do now is leave the pair together for a few final moments. I am very, very ill, Rodolfo, whispers Mimi, but I had to see you again. I love you, I have always loved you, and I could not bear the thought of dying without seeing you one last time. Rodolfo cradles Mimi in his arms and rocks her gently. And together they remember happier times. Their first meeting, Christmas Eve at the cafe. But even as he speaks, Rodolfo can feel Mimi slipping away. At last, Mimi's heart stops beating, and Rodolfo realizes she has gone from him forever. And he weeps and weeps. His heart is broken. He does not know how he can live without his one true love. But time passes, and with the help of his friends, Rodolfo's heart stops aching. And he realizes that although Mimi is gone forever, she has not left him completely. She will always be with him in his thoughts and in his memories. So every time he sees a girl with a bright red bonnet, or hears the jingle of Christmas bells, or sees the first bright flowers of springtime, he remembers Mimi, and he smiles, and he feels himself very lucky to have known someone so very special.